Thank you. Bulavinaka, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, Your Excellency, Bulavinaka, Excellency, and today we welcome His Excellency Reuven Rivlin, the President of the State of Israel, for the first visit of an Israeli president to Fiji in over 3 decades. The last visit of the President of Israel to Fiji was in 1986, a year before Fiji was thrown into, of course, nearly 2 decades of communal turmoil and political instability. In Fiji's present era of genuine democracy and blossoming friendship with the world, it seems we've come full circle with your visit this week, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
Strong bonds between nations often trace back to affinities shared among the leaders, and I believe His Excellency and I are well on our way to a new friendship, as well as new horizons for the Fiji-Israel partnership. I'd like to also welcome the Pacific leaders and representatives for joining us in Nadi for this afternoon's historic Pacific Islands Leaders Summit, our latest opportunity to show the power of a united Pacific in lifting our collective standing in the world. President Rivlin has traveled from a different contingent and continent and a different hemisphere to be with us today. For 40 years, thousands of Fijian peacekeepers have made that same journey, departing our shores to defend 2 of Israel's flanks in the Golan Heights and Lebanon. Their relentless pursuit of peace has demanded bravery, resilience, and a great many sacrifices from our peacekeeping forces. As I speak, our troops continue to serve the cause of peace in the Golan Heights and, of course, in the rest of the Middle East countries. For the sake all throughout the Holy Land, suffering the consequences of conflict and the yoke of persecution, Fijians will continue to pray that lasting peace is secured across the region. In learning of President Rivlin's service to Israel, I see him as a man of principled leadership and great political courage, and also both know the challenges and opportunities that come with heading a supposedly small state. And while Israel may not be an island with nearly 200 kilometers of Mediterranean coastline, the Israeli people share the profound relationship with the sea that we know in the Pacific. Despite our small size, Fiji and Israel have no qualms about using our voices in big ways to drive global conversations. Increasingly, we're uniting our voices on issues we know are critical to our future: climate change, sustainable development, smart agriculture, women in youth empowerment, health, education, and other issues that demand our cooperation and commitments from the wider world. Fiji and Israel have young, dynamic populations. Our youth know the value of innovative entrepreneurial thinking, and they are the potential of partnership to generate prosperity. Today, my discussions with President Rivlin centered around empowering these future leaders to strengthen the ties that connect our societies and build a partnership that serves our people for generations. Fijian students regularly participate in work-studies programs in Israel. We are hopeful to see that number grow and open new flows of academic exchange. As I mentioned during our meeting, Mr. President, any sustainably minded Israeli students are welcome to study in Fiji and place themselves on the front lines of our world-leading pursuit of ocean protection, climate action, and cultural preservation. And we have many talented young Fijians who I know who would be keen to study in your country, learn from your advancement in industries like dairy and agriculture, and seek entrepreneurial inspirations in Israel, the startup nation. Your Excellency, you are also standing in the Pacific hub of development, trade and innovation, and the opportunities for Israeli business, including your startup companies, are ripe for the taking. While our people seize these new opportunities today, His Excellency and I also discussed how we as leaders can act in the service of the future. The international calendar for 2020 ranks this year as one of the most consequential ever for the climate, for nature, and for human well-being. The momentum we create and the decision we make in the coming months will ripple throughout the rest of the century and beyond. Fiji and our partners in the Pacific believe every nation can and must act as better stewards of the world God has entrusted us with protecting, and we are counting on Israel to add its voice to that campaign. Together, let's put the value of sustainability, inclusiveness, and equality into practice and build new bridges of cooperation which span the vast geography of landmarks and oceans separating our nations, not only for our sake, but for humanity's sake and for the sake of the planet we share. The Fijian people extend my welcome to you, Excellency, on your first visit to Fiji. It serves us well to see Fiji and Israel share more frequent and meaningful interaction at the highest levels of our government. But more importantly, Your Excellency, we want more of our people to know each other, to share experiences, to explore opportunities, and to build this bilateral partnership from the grassroots up. With those high aspirations top of mind, I look forward to our summit this afternoon. I wish His Excellency well in his travels, and I pray that guided by the courage of his convictions, he continues to lead by word and action to ensure security and equality for all people in Israel, his region, and around the world. Thank you. Shalom.
Thank you so very much. Mr. Prime Minister Bainimarama, my dear friend, thank you. Thank you for your warm hospitality. Although Jerusalem and Suva are far apart, it was very, very important for me and my delegation to come here. Israel and Fiji already cooperate in many, many fields, and there is a great potential to deepen our relationship. We greatly appreciate Fiji's contribution to the peacekeeping forces in the Middle East. I know that you are very, very familiar with our region from your time in the multinational force of Sinai. Today, Iran and its proxies are threatening Israel while spreading terror throughout the region and unfortunately around the world. Israel will do all that it is necessary to defend its citizens from the Iranian threat, and we will continue to work with you, international peacekeeping forces, to ensure that our borders remain quiet. In addition, the peacekeeping, we are cooperating in many other fields. Students from Fiji are studying advanced agricultural and water management in Israel. We were happy to assist Fiji and the Pacific in areas such as disaster relief, medical care, and airport security. We were also happy to support Fiji's election to the United Nations Human Rights Council and for presidency of the United Nations Climate Change Conference. We hope that Fiji will stand along with Israel against the gross anti-Israeli discrimination at the United Nations, especially at the Human Rights Council. To say at the Human Rights Council that there is no connection between the Jewish people and Jerusalem, it's almost ignorance. Everyone who reads the Bible the Old Testimony know the connections between Israel and the children of Israel and the city of Jerusalem for the last 3,000 years since King David. As our cooperation grows, I hope that we will see an increase in the number of tourists and business people traveling between our two countries. We would warmly welcome more tourists and pilgrims from Fiji in the Holy Land, and we would love to send every youth and every citizen of Israel to have the pleasure to be here in Fiji, because I'm only a few hours here and I already really realize the wonders of the abilities of the seashores of Fiji and the wonderful hospitality. Prime Minister, in a few minutes, we will open together a historic summit of Israel and the Pacific Island nation. Thank you. Thank you for hosting this meeting, for taking the initiative to let it be reality. The goal of this summit is to deepen the bonds of friendship between Israel and the Pacific Island states. We will explore new opportunities for Israel's involvement in the sustainable development of the region. I am proud to announce today the establishment of 100 new scholarships for students every year of agriculture from the Pacific Island to train at the Arava College in Israel starting in August 2020. This will build on the successful pilot with students from Fiji and Vanuatu. I'm also proud to announce that the State of Israel will open a center for excellence and innovation for the Pacific Island states in collaboration with the University of South Pacific. This collaboration will enable us to work together to apply Israeli innovations to pressing challenges such as food security, climate change, ocean rise, and public health. So once again, my dear Mr. Prime Minister, thank you. Thank you for your warm welcome and for your real friendship. I look forward to welcoming you soon to our capital, Jerusalem. Thank you, and God bless you and all the people of Fiji. Thank you.
Thank you.